Hi there, my name is Caprice and this is Stephanie, and we work at Norwest Co-op Community Health. We're here today to demonstrate some yoga for the Hands Kai program at Norwest. So I'm just going to tell you a couple things before we start. A couple of the benefits of yoga is it increases your strength, balance, and flexibility. What is good about yoga is you can do it at any level. You can, when I'm bending forward and touching the ground today, if you can only bend a quarter of the way, that's perfectly fine. It's at a level for whatever you can do. So today, when we're doing forward bends and I'm touching the ground, if you can only touch the top of your thighs and bend a little bit, that's okay. It's all about what you can do. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start in the samastiti. So you're standing very straight, but your body is engaged, but you're not stiff. Your hands are straight, your pinkies are straight down to the ground, your toes are open, and your feet are together. And you're looking, always gazing down your nose. That's where you kind of gaze at all positions. So we're going to start doing the sun salutation first. So you can just follow me and do the best you can. And here we go. So we're going to bring hands up, head back, behind your arms, shoulders down. Exhale, bend to touch the ground or touch your legs. Head down, looking at your knees. Inhale, head up. Now we're going to put our feet back. Exhale, head down, feet go back, and you're into plank. If you need to put your knees down, that's totally fine. So we're in plank. You're going to come down onto your knees and scoop up into upward dog. Okay, now we're going to go into downward dog. Curl your toes under. Hips go up. We're going to do 5 breaths here. So make sure your knees are straight. Your hands are open like a spider, and you're kind of gripping the mat a little bit. And you're pushing your hips back. And you're doing 5 breaths. 4, 5. Now we're going to do the same thing in reverse. So come forward, head up, inhale, forward, down. Back up. And bring your feet forward. You can walk forward or you can bring your feet just between your hands, however you can do it. Head down. Exhale, back up. Exhale, samastiti. Okay, our next series is the sun salutation B. So just go along and follow us again. I'm doing the regular poses and Stephanie is going to be doing the modified poses, so you can follow her or myself. Okay, so here we go. Inhale, arms up, bent knees, look at your hands. Exhale, down again, touching the ground, looking at your knees. Head up, inhale. Now you're going to go back, put your feet back. And you're going to come down as best you can and kind of scoop up into upward dog. Breathe, remember to breathe. Back down. And we're going to go into downward dog. Now, instead of doing 5 breaths here, we're going to bring our right foot forward. And we're going to bring our arms up, hands together, and look at your hands. If you need to straighten your leg and you can't bend it, that's okay. Exhale, hands down. Back into plank and down again. To upward dog again. Inhale, exhale, down. Back into downward dog. And we're going to bring our left foot forward. And bring your hands up. Look at your hands. Inhale, exhale, down. Foot back, and down into upward dog again. Inhale, exhale. We're going into downward dog, and we're going to hold our breath for 5 counts. Remember to keep your knees straight and your hips back, in your hands grasping the mat, fingers open. 4, 5. Okay, come forward, inhale. Bring your feet between your hands, whichever way you can do that. Head down. Inhale, head up. And hands up, coming back to the beginning. And exhale, hands back to Samastiti. Our next move is going to be the Trikonasa, which is the triangle pose. So just slowly follow me and remember to always breathe. What we're going to do now is we're going to put our right foot goes back, not too far. You're going to turn your left foot and then turn your right foot all the way to the back wall. Arms up. And you're not bringing your shoulders up to your ears, you're bringing them down, and you're in a pretty relaxed position. So come forward a little bit. Exhale, come down. You're trying to grab your big toe. If you can't, you can put your hand on this part of your leg or on this part of your leg, but never rest your hand on your knees. So we're down as far as we can. Your left arm is up, right to the ceiling, and your head, the goal is to turn your body, turn from your hip, and your head looking at your hands. And if you can't, your head can look straight forward if your neck is too tight. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths. Head comes down, hand up, inhale. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're just switching your feet to that wall, to the back wall there. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So remember your shoulders are down. Push forward a little bit and come down as far as you can. The goal is to grab your big toe. Open your hips as much as you can. And look up at your right hand. And 5 breaths. And kind of breathe and settle into the pose. Head comes down. Inhale. Come back up. And then we're going to go right back into Samastiti. So what we're going to do now is you're going to spread your feet hip width apart, and you're still engaged. Your body's still engaged, almost like you're standing in Samastiti. What we're going to do is we're going to bend forward and grab onto your toes. Stephanie's going to do the modified pose. Once we're down there, so we're going to exhale, and then exhale as you're going down, grabbing your toes. And remember, it's very important to not arch your back. You're not bending from your legs, you're bending from the hips. So you need to bend from the hips and you're not arching your back, because that's going to be pulling the hamstrings. And you'll feel a difference if you do that. Inhale, exhale down to grab whatever you can. Goal is to grab your toes. Put your head up, inhale, exhale, and try to just ease into the pose as much as you can. Elbows out, and you're kind of pulling on your toes. And you're doing 5 deep breaths here. And as you're breathing, try to kind of release your pelvis. And try to ease into it. Head down. 3, 4, 5.
head up, inhale. Now you move your hands to under your feet. And if you're doing the pose Stephanie's doing, you try to take a deep breath, exhale, and try to just ease into the pose and go down as far as you can. Head down, looking at your knees, 5 breaths. Okay, slowly bring your head up, hands onto your hips, and you're straightening
Back up to Samasthiti without arching your back. Feet together, back to Samasthiti. We're back in Samasthiti, and now we're going to do the side stretch. So I'm going to do the regular pose, and Stephanie's going to do the modified pose. So you can do whatever you need to do. This one's really good for opening your shoulders, your chest along here, and for opening the hips. So again, do what you can do. So we're going to put, first of all, we're going to put our hands, I'm going to just turn around. We're going to put our hands behind our back into a prayer position. Stephanie's going to do the modified positions. You want to turn around, Stephanie? So you can put your hands on your arms like this, or you can just have them holding at the back like this. And that's all you need to do. So we're going to just follow me. So we're in Samasthiti. You're going to put your foot back like you did before. Turn your feet to the back wall. Put your arms behind you, however you can. And you're going to bend forward, but keeping both your legs straight. And you're pushing your hips back, stretching into your back leg. So now we're going to go down and breathe for 5 counts. Exhale down as far as you can go. And we're going to count for 5 counts. Push your hip back and try to open your hips a little bit. You can feel a difference. Okay, inhale and bring your head up. We're going to turn and do the exact same move with your left leg forward. Put your chest to the front wall as much as you can. Inhale and bend forward. 5 breaths. Try to keep your shoulders down away from your ears. And again, you're pushing your back leg into the mat and your hip back. Inhale, head up. Hands down beside you and back to Samasthiti. Inhale. Now we're going to be doing some seated poses. So we always start in Samasthiti. So you take a deep breath in Samasthiti, and now we're going to sit down on the mat with your legs out forward. So however you can get down to the mat, that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to sit down and get your feet out. So really, this pose is you're doing Samasthiti, but sitting down. It's almost like your feet are standing. So your legs are forward. You're sitting up as much as you can from your waist, and your hands are down on the mat just gently. If your hands can't be down on the mat, that's fine. Just down by your side, very gently. Keep your shoulders down, but you're not pushing at anything. And we're just going to do a little bit of a forward bend, and it's going to be really good for your spine and your neck and your shoulders. So take a deep breath in and just follow me. Inhale, exhale, push your jaw out and slowly down to your clavicle. And 5 breaths. Keep your legs and feet engaged, like you're still standing. from this pose, we're going to do an intense west stretch. So what we're going to do is bring your right foot up as far as you can and your foot lays against the left leg. So as far as you can. If you can bring it down here or up here, that's fine. Now next is your foot is up like it is in Samastiti, and you're gonna reach forward along, not arching your back. There's a little bit of a bend and a curve in your spine. You're gonna reach forward and grab your front foot or your leg or up to your knee, however far you can do it. Head down, looking at your knee, kind of pulling yourself a little forward when you can, and 5 breaths. Head up, inhale, and bring yourself back up. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So your left leg comes in as far as you can, sitting up as straight as you can, just like you're in Samastiti. Inhale, exhale, and fold forward as far as you can. Put your head down. And remember not to arch your back. And we're doing 5 deep breaths. Just like this. Our next move is you're going to stay like this. Again, you're standing, your feet are standing just like in Samastiti, and your body is engaged. And you're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to be reaching as far as you can. Try to grab your toes, your big toe, and pull down. If you can't, you go as far down as you can, like Stephanie is doing. Your head is down as far as you can. There's a curve in your spine, that's natural, and you're pulling forward as much as you can, and try to ease into it with your breath. 5 counts. Now go to your heels, or as Stephanie, as far as she can go down. Try to push yourself a little bit further down. Head back down, another 5 breaths. And come back into Dandasana. After we've done a lot of bending forward and stretching our spine and our waist and our pelvis area, the next thing to do is a child's pose. It's one of the better things you can do to relax your spine. So we're just going to follow Stephanie and I. We're just going to bend our knees. So your knees are together. You're sitting on your heels if you can. And then you're just going to bring your head down to as far as you can to the mat, and you're going to leave your hands by your side, and you're going to breathe for 5 breaths. This is really, really good for relaxing the back. Inhale, exhale, down as far as you can. And just let your hands hang there. 5 breaths. Now we're going to be doing a couple of breathing exercises, and these are the best things to do at the end of your yoga poses. Even if you can't get through a whole session, this is how you should really end. So if you can go in cross your legs like Stephanie is, or a lotus or a half lotus like I am, and whatever you can do is really, really good. So we're going to be sitting like this, and you're in Samasthiti again. Your back is straight, your neck is straight, and you're looking down at your nose. You're gazing down. So we're just going to take our hands and see if you can grab your elbows in the back. And if you can't, you can do what you've done before. You can put your hands down by your side. You can just grasp your hands together at the back. But if you can try to grasp your elbows, that'll be good. And we're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to fold forward, and we're going to count to 10 breaths. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale as far as you can go.
And breathe for 10 counts. Make sure you can feel your back moving, your arms are moving, and that shows you what good deep breaths you're taking. Up, inhale,
And hands come down by your sides. The next breathing exercise we're going to do, you keep your legs the same way, and you're going to bring your forefinger and your thumb together very, very gently, and your fingers are going to be straight. You're going to put them just inside your knees. You make sure your arms are straight, and the rest of your fingers are straight to the ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to be bending our head forward and taking 10 deep breaths. Make sure everything is straight. Your shoulders are down away from your ears, and you're not stressing your back or your neck. It's just comfortable breathing exercise. So here we go. So push your neck forward, down gently, gazing down your nose, and 10 breaths. Remember to keep your arms straight and your fingers straight. Your pinkies very straight down to the ground. You gently bring your head up. Inhale and relax your hands onto your knees. So now we're doing one of our last poses, and it's the most relaxing pose. It's called Shavasana. So we're going to be laying down on our backs, and you don't have to engage your body. You just relax it and breathe and think about your practice and just kind of relax into it. So we're going to do that laying down and just relaxing into the mat, kind of feeling yourself just relax. Your body's relaxing. You can close your eyes, hands out by your side, palms facing up, and just breathe. Kind of feel your body just relaxing. Everything's getting back into order. You don't have to force your breath. You don't have to force anything. Or don't force your thoughts. Just freely think and breathe. we're just going to come to the front of the mat. And this concludes our demonstration today for Hands Kai. Thank you very much for joining us. This is something you can do often on your own once you get used to it. And you can push yourself and challenge yourself a little more by bending forward a little bit more. Always remember your breath. You're moving into your breath. You're sinking into your breath. You're keeping your shoulders down and not arching your back. And breathing in and out through our noses. That's the moving meditation. So thank you so much for your practice.